This is Invest Now America. I'm your host. Let me share some interesting information with you. It's little information here on Booker T. Washington. He was unquestionably one of the most accomplished and greatest Americans ever. He was born a slave. He later became a great statesman. He established a university that exists to this day. He published several books, including the classic Up From Slavery. Of late, I would say over the past 40, 50 years, many black studies programs across the United States, including here at the University of Louisville, what they've done is they sort of taken out of the history of black folk, black entrepreneurs, black business owners, black investors, black conservatives. If it doesn't fit that, if that individual or group or organization doesn't fit that left-wing narrative, then they take them out. It's a new form of white supremacy. White supremacy basically controlling black thought. If you can control someone's thought, you can control the behavior, and that's exactly what the white cultural Marxists have accomplished with black studies programs or African American studies programs or whatever you may want to call it, all across the United States of America. But I digress a little bit. I want to talk to you, just start putting out some facts here about Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington founded the National Negro Business League, that was around 1900, to help others start and grow a business by networking. He was a decade ahead of the formation of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Under his leadership, the National Negro Business League grew to over 600 chapters in 15 years. 600 chapters in 15 years. Now, this is information provided by the Booker T. Washington Society, and their website is btwsociety.org. Check them out. Learn more about Booker T. Washington. Let me share this quote with you, which is very important. What we should do in all our schools is to turn out fewer job seekers and more job makers. Folks, don't you ever find it a little suspicious that the one thing that is not taught in public school systems across the United States is not taught on the elementary level, middle school level, or high school level? And that's just financial literacy. What's the one thing we all have in common? We use money. We need money. We use money to put a roof over our heads, food in our stomach, and clothes on our back. Everybody, doesn't matter, need money to live. And yet that's the one thing the public school systems across the United States do not teach, financial literacy. They don't teach how to make money, how to manage money, or how to multiply money. That's a fact. And it's a rather suspicious fact. Here we have teachers coming into the school system. They're insisting that our children are taught preferred pronouns, that they're talked about transgenderism, that they have drag queen reading hours. What? But we have no education on financial literacy. There are no classes on financial literacy. You don't find that suspicious? I do. But even if you don't find it suspicious, it is damaging. Folks, we're just talking about basic financial literacy. And I totally agree with what Booker T. Washington's saying here. What we should do in our schools is to turn out fewer job seekers and more job makers. But not going to be able to do that until we first have financial literacy mandated in the public school system. Secondly, look, folks, something like that's not going to happen anytime soon. So it's very important that parents who are serious in seeing their children succeed financially, it's very important that we engage in economic freedom and in education freedom and education choice. They're not going to teach it, so we need to go to schools that do teach it. Whether Catholic schools, religious schools, whatever it might be, charter schools, whatever it might be, homeschool collectives, whatever it might be. At the very least, it's just something that parents should just take up on their own. Now, I have an organization where, about once or twice a month, I put on workshops I put on workshops about basic stock market investing, and put on workshops about budgeting, credit, put on workshops about cryptocurrency. Basically, they're workshops that talk about how to make money, how to manage money, how to multiply money. You want to be kept updated on those opportunities? Go to Facebook, put in the search engine, Invest Now America. Go to Facebook, put in the search engine, Invest Now America, and follow the page. Guarantee you're going to get some good information on money management, on how to make money, how to manage money, and how to multiply money.